Hello, my name is Cruz. I'm from the University of Lisbon, the Phonetics and Phonology Lab, and I'm going to present you our poster titled Eye Gaze Patterns in Early Infancy and Later Language and Communication Outcomes. As we already know from previous studies, attention to talking faces plays an important role in early language and social communication development. And we know that there is an attentional shift from the eyes to the mouth by 8 months of age, which has been linked to language development. However, there are different understandings of the relation between eye gaze patterns and language development in the literature, as for some authors, more attention to the mouth seems to indicate an ongoing acquisition stage, as it relates to emerging articulatory abilities or to an increased processing effort. But for some other authors, it points to a more advanced learning stage, as it correlates with both higher, concurrent, and later expressive language skills. With this background in mind, we decided to examine the developmental relation between eye gaze patterns to communicative cues in early infancy and language and social communication development by examining the correlation with concurrent and later language and social skills. We also want to discuss whether the relation between increased attention to the mouth and concurrent and later language and social skills points to a more or less advanced learning stage. And finally, we want to examine whether there is or not a categorical shift to the mouth by 8 months of age. In order to do so, we analyzed data from two groups of European Portuguese typically developing infants aged between 5 and 6 months and 8 and 10 months. And typical development was assessed through the application of two screening tools previously adapted for European Portuguese, the CSB-SDP checklist and the MacArthur-Bates CDI short forms. Infant eye gaze was recorded while they were watching a 4-second long video of a cartoon character talking and waving at them. And we measured the percentage of looking time to 4 dynamic areas of interest previously set, namely eyes versus mouth and the waving arm versus the background scene. And the percentage of looking time to these areas of interest were then compared both within and between age groups. What about our main findings? This is first evidence showing that early attention to the mouth is differently associated to later language outcomes. Let's see why. So on one hand, we found a negative correlation between the attention to the mouth at 5 to 6 months and the receptive vocabulary measured between 12 and 18 months of age. So this means that the more they look to the mouth by 5 to 6 months, the lower their language abilities will be between 12 and 18 months of age. And this points to an ongoing acquisition stage. On the other hand, we found a positive correlation between the attention to the mouth in the older group, 8 to 10 months of age, and the expressive vocabulary measured between 18 to 24 months of age, including complex words. So this means that the increased attention to the mouth by 8 to 10 months of age predicts a larger vocabulary at 18 to 24 months, and this points to a more advanced learning stage. We also found that the eye gaze to extralinguistic social cues is related with the development of communication, but also with the development of language. So first of all, as you can see, the eye gaze to the waving arm is still quite low at 8 to 10 months when we compare it with a younger group, but we found a positive correlation between the looking time to the waving arm and the concurrent social composite score of the CSBS DP checklist. So this means that social skills are being acquired by 8 to 10 months of age. And we also found a positive correlation between the percentage of looking time to the waving arm at 8 to 10 months of age and the expressive vocabulary measured between 18 to 24 months of age. So this means that we have a link here between the development of language and social communicative skills, namely the waving arm here. And this points, of course, to a more advanced learning stage. We also found that the attention to the mouth increases over development as expected, but there is no attentional shift at 8-10 months of age. So this points to a gradient rather than a categorical developmental process. Let's see our results. So as you can see, over development, the attention to the mouth increases, okay, but there is no attentional shift at 8 to 10 months of age. infants still look more to the eyes than to the mouth. And as you can see, the looking time to the eyes decreases over time, but it is not significantly different between age groups. And that's it. Hope to see you in our Zoom meeting. But anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us. Thank you.